Bang! 330 pounds of pure devastation just came crashing down from the heavens, and Braun Breaker's body is twisted like a broken promise on that canvas. What you're about to witness isn't just another Monday night beatdown, this is the moment trust died in WWE, and I've got the footage that's going to make your jaw hit the floor. Stick with me until the end because what Bronson Reed did after this attack, nobody saw it coming, and it's going to change everything. But before we dive into this chaos, I need something from you. If you love wrestling like I do, if you live for these moments that make your heart race and your fists clench, then do me a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button. Join the SLAMZONE family. Because we're not just watching wrestling here, we're feeling every punch, every slam, every betrayal together. And trust me, after what you're about to see, you're going to want to be here for what comes next. Ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single moment of the madness. Now let me take you back to Raw. The arena is electric, the lights are blazing, and you can feel the tension in the air, you know the kind, where something's about to explode and everyone in that building knows it. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, these two absolute titans, have been riding together, fighting together, crushing anyone who steps in their path. They've been unstoppable. A wrecking crew that made the entire locker room nervous. But there's always been this question lurking in the shadows: how long can two monsters share the same cage before one of them snaps? The camera cuts backstage, and there's Breaker, pacing like a caged animal. You can see it in his eyes, that fire, that intensity that made him a second-generation superstar. He's got that Steiner blood pumping through his veins, and he's ready for war. Reed walks into frame, and for a moment, everything seems normal. Two giants, two brothers in arms, about to go out there and do what they do best, destroy everything in sight. They bump fists. The crowd has no idea what's brewing, neither does Breaker. The match begins, and it's exactly what you'd expect when you throw these kinds of athletes into the ring. Bodies are flying, the ring is shaking with every impact, and you can hear the crowd roaring with every nearfall, every close call. Breaker is in his element, hitting those picture-perfect suplexes that make you wonder if the laws of physics even apply to this man. He's tossing grown men around like they weigh nothing, and the crowd is eating it up. You can feel the energy building, that electricity that only happens when something special is unfolding right before your eyes. But then, the camera cuts to Reed at ringside. And something's different. His expression has changed. There's this look in his eyes, this cold, calculated stare that sends a chill down your spine. The commentators are focused on the action in the ring, the fans are on their feet, but if you're watching closely, if you're really paying attention, you can see it. The wheels are turning in Bronson Reed's mind, and whatever he's thinking, it's not good news for his so-called partner. Breaker is dominating now, he's got his opponent right where he wants them, and you can sense that victory is just moments away. The crowd is chanting his name, Breaker, Breaker. The sound is deafening, the atmosphere is absolutely insane, and this is why we love wrestling. This is why we tune in every single week. Because when it's done right, when the stars align, there's nothing else like it in the world. The ref counts, 1, 2, and somehow, the opponent kicks out. The crowd gasps, Breaker can't believe it, and he looks over at Reed as if to say, can you believe this guy? Reed just stands there, emotionless, cold as ice. And that's when you start to feel it in your gut, something's not right here. Something's about to go terribly, terribly wrong. Breaker goes back to work, because that's what warriors do. They don't quit, they don't slow down, they keep pushing until the job is done. He sets up for his finishing sequence, and the entire arena is on the edge of their seats. This is it. This is the moment. Breaker lifts his opponent up. The spear. No. Wait. From out of nowhere, his opponent rolls out of the ring, desperate, gasping for air, buying time any way he can. Breaker follows him to the outside, because he smells blood in the water, he knows he's got this one, and he's not going to let his prey escape. But this is where everything changes. This is where months of partnership, trust, and shared battles all come crashing down in one devastating moment. Reed is standing right there, close enough to help, close enough to have his partners back like he has 100 times before. But instead, Reed just watches. He watches as Breaker stalks his opponent around the ring. He watches with those cold, dead eyes. And then, boom, Reed moves. But not to help. Bronson Reed charges forward like a freight train without brakes, and he levels Breaker with a massive shoulder tackle that echoes through the arena like a gunshot. The crowd erupts, but not in cheers, in shock, in horror, in complete and utter disbelief. Breaker's body hits the floor so hard you can feel it in your chest, and for a moment, everything just stops. Time stands still. The ref is looking around, confused. The opponent is stunned. And Reed just stands there, staring down at his fallen partner like it means absolutely nothing. Now, before we go any further, I need you to do something for me. If you're feeling this, if your heart is racing right now, if you can't believe what you just heard, smash that like button. Drop a comment and tell me what you think is going through Reed's mind right now. And please share this video with every wrestling fan you know, because what's about to happen next, everyone needs to see this. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because SLAMZONE is where we break down the moments that matter, the moments that change careers, the moments that become legendary. The refs are checking on Breaker, and he's hurt. You can see the pain written all over his face, but even worse than the physical pain, you can see the confusion, the betrayal. He looks up at Reed, and you can see him mouthing the words, "Why? Why would you do this?" And Reed just stares back, no emotion, no remorse, nothing. It's like looking into the eyes of a killer. This isn't just a tag team splitting up. This isn't just a disagreement between partners. This is personal. This is vicious. This is the kind of moment that defines careers and creates rivalries that last for years. But Reed isn't done. Oh no, he's just getting started. Breaker tries to get up, tries to pull himself to his feet using the apron, and that's when Reed strikes again. He grabs Breaker by the head, and with one brutal motion, he slams him face first into the steel steps. The sound is sickening. The crowd is booing so loud you can barely hear yourself think. And Reed is feeding off it. He's soaking in every bit of that hatred, and you can tell, this is who he really is. This is the monster that was hiding underneath the partnership all along. Security is rushing to ringside now, officials are trying to pull Reed away, but he's not finished sending his message. He shoves them off like they're made of paper, and he drags Breaker's limp body back into the ring. The match is over, thrown out, but Reed doesn't care about wins and losses right now. He cares about destruction. He cares about making a statement that nobody in that locker room will ever forget. Reed positions Breaker in the center of the ring, and the crowd knows what's coming. They're screaming, "No, no, no," but Reed doesn't listen to them. He climbs to the top rope, all 330 pounds of him, and he's perched up there like a bird of prey about to swoop down on its victim. Time slows down. You can hear every breath, every heartbeat. This is where legends are made, and this is where careers can end. And then, he jumps. The tsunami. Reed's massive body comes crashing down across Breaker's chest with all the force of a car crash. The ring literally bounces from the impact. Breaker's body convulses from the shock, and he's not moving. Medical staff is rushing down the ramp now, and the entire arena has gone from shock to genuinely concerned. This isn't entertainment anymore, this feels real. This feels dangerous. But Bronson Reed still isn't satisfied. He rolls out of the ring, pushes past the officials trying to stop him, and he climbs the turnbuckle one more time. The crowd is pleading with him to stop, they're throwing trash into the ring, they're doing everything they can to get him to show some mercy. But Reed has no mercy left in his soul. He launches himself into the air again. Another tsunami. Breaker's body is crushed under the weight of that devastating splash, and now even the most hardcore fans are worried. This has gone too far. This has crossed every line imaginable. Medical personnel finally get into the ring and form a protective barrier around Breaker's broken body. Reed stands in the corner, breathing heavy, sweat dripping from his face, and there's this look of satisfaction, like he just completed a mission he's been planning for months. This wasn't a heat-of-the-moment attack. This was calculated. This was premeditated. And as Reed walks up the ramp, leaving destruction in his wake, he doesn't look back once. Not even once. That's the coldest part of all, he just doesn't care. The crowd is still in shock as we see replays from every angle, and each one is more brutal than the last. You see the initial blindside attack, the ruthless assault with the steel steps, those two consecutive tsunamis that could have ended Breaker's career right there on live television. And through it all, Reed's face never changes. No anger, no passion, just cold, emotionless brutality. That's what makes this so terrifying. That's what makes this so unforgettable. What a moment. What an absolutely shocking, career-altering moment we just witnessed. Bronson Reed has ditched Bron Breakker in the most savage way possible, and the WWE landscape will never be the same again. The question now isn't just why Reed did this, it's what happens next. How does Breakker respond when he recovers? Because you know he will recover, and when he does, the rage that's going to fuel him will be unstoppable. If you made it this far, you're a true member of the SLAMZONE family, and I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure you've hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turned on those notifications, because this story is just beginning. The fallout from this attack is going to dominate WWE for weeks, maybe months to come, and we're going to be here breaking down every single moment. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Reed was justified? Was Breakker holding him back? Or is Reed just a monster who destroyed his partner for no reason? I want to hear from you. This is SLAMZONE, where we bring you the realest, rawest wrestling content on YouTube. Until next time, keep watching, keep believing, and never forget, in this business, trust is the most dangerous thing you can give to anyone. Peace.